to, without further ado, Greg, come on, and tell us more about how they approach the new KGW. Yeah, it does. It forwards it just
Great. Well, good morning. It's good to be here with you all. And as Susie said, I'm new to not just KGW, I'm new to Portland as well. I spent about 20 years in the newspaper industry all around the country, about 15 of that with the New York Times Company. And came up here about 2 months ago to try Portland, to try TV, try something different. I saw the way newspapers were heading and shifting, changing, and I wanted to try something different. KGW is part of a large corporation, the Gannett Corporation. We have 46 TV stations around the country and about 200 plus newspapers. This summer, the company is splitting into two, with a TV company and a newspaper company. So I chose to go on the TV side of it, which I think is investing in digital development. At KGW here, they have been a leader in a lot of innovation here on live streaming. Everything we do is in HD. We do a lot of things behind the scenes that are moving forward digitally, so it was very exciting to me to come here and be part of that. Also the view, me coming here to Portland, Oregon. I'd never been here before. I came up to live here, but it's a terrific place to be. Glad to be here.
It never rains.
It's been great. My first 2 months here have been some of the mildest times of my life. I'm from Boston originally, and this is not one of the thing in Boston this winter at all. So that snow in the background is what's around downtown Boston right now. So I'll talk a little bit about a couple of trends that we're seeing in the industry to build on what Susie said a little bit, then tell you what we're doing at KGW a little bit, and definitely hope we'll have some questions later on. Okay, so we're obviously seeing that shifting audience happening for us as well. You can see the television reach is still very strong. When Susie asked who watched the 6 p.m. news, if you notice, I did not raise my hand. I'm at work at 6 p.m. Why would I watch it then? I can watch it whenever I want. It's online all the time. It's on our app. It's on everywhere. News on demand. Thousands of people every day are consuming that. Consuming it on desktop. More and more consuming that on mobile. In fact, more people on mobile devices consuming our content than desktop content. It's not even close. It's growing and growing exponentially, and it'll kind of keep heading in that direction as well. It's important that we capture the audience that way. It's important to understand that as well. As Susie mentioned, the role of social moving up. It's now finally past search engines and referrals. This is a big deal. People used to see Google as the internet. Used to see search as the internet. That's how you find stuff. Now people start in their streams. They start there to search as well. That's where you have to live, and most media organizations are seeing that huge diversion that way. And it's very important to kind of move to that, but also not leave everyone else behind. There are many people who still are desktop viewers, many people who are still watching the TV show and then looking for it online, many people who are still using search as well. We need to consume that and understand our products. These are screenshots of a couple of our apps. We have 5 different apps targeted to different audiences as well, trying to reach people in different ways as well. This is the term, Nielsen is one of the big companies we use in the TV business for ratings and checking audience. They come up with this term, local digerati, sort of building on what Susie said, but a little bit different angle to it. So Portland, 12%. This is for people in general who say they basically only get their news from social media, only. And it sounds low, but actually it's pretty high. If you consider everyone walking around in the world, 12% of them, more than 1 every 10, that's the only place they get their news, the only way they stay connected. And you can see where Portland ranks with other cities. We're ahead of San Francisco, ahead of Chicago, ahead of Sacramento. Pretty good company there as well. That's definitely an emerging number. It's going to keep growing as well. There's people who are choosing to pretty much live their life within a stream. And they're just fine that way. They customize it to a way that makes sense for them. They consume their video that way. They consume their conversations, their email. They find other events. They share things all that way. So, you know, we in this room may or may not be local digerati. I suspect we're people who consume multiple forms of media, but there are more and more people who are mostly younger who are living in that way. Generally, some 2 wide slides showing some wide trends. Hard to see the first on the left. These are people who are actively doing things with news content on social media, not just reading it, but doing things with it. They're sharing or reposting news stories. They're discussing news issues, news events. And you can see wide engagement. Half the people there are actually doing something with it. Posting photos at news events, and that's important. News organizations are cutting back resources, cutting back photographers, cameramen, people like that. If you have people posting photos of news events more and more, you can see what that trend's going to mean for the media. All that user-generated content, all that shareable content coming in Whenever something happens now, any accident anywhere in Portland, someone's taking a picture of it and sharing it on Twitter or Facebook, nonstop. Anytime a fire happens, anytime a wreck happens, anytime bad weather happens, it's all happening there. On our website, we have a whole section that automatically pulls in photos that people take of things happening around Portland, and you can see that's only growing. You can see here overall, gender gap, what's happening on these different sites. You can see definitely a younger audience skewing. That 30-39 is growing across all segments as well. It's not just millennials, not just young people consuming this in deep form. It's become a full service thing. It's funny this slide includes Google+, which is sort of, people kind of laugh at when you say Google+ nowadays, but Google+ is interesting. Google+ is interesting not because none of us use it, because none of us use it. It's interesting because Google uses it. They use it intensely. They search it, they deliver content to it, they scan everything for it, and they put things into Google+ world, even if you didn't even have a Google+ account. They put all photos and streams there as well, and they're using that as sort of their base for user content. Because when people type stuff into Google, that's how they start to learn about you. And then when you're adding photos, you're sharing things, they're adding that into your map. So even if you don't have a Google+ account, Google has one for you. That's what that means. So you may not have one, but actually you probably do. This is in KCW what we're seeing. You know, this kind of surprised me. I sort of thought our social media kind of growth and acquisition had plateaued. And this is just over the last year. You see we've almost doubled our engagement of that. And it shows that there's still room. There's still room to kind of grow and engage. There's still people who are kind of acquiring these social network tools, getting involved in them, different generations throwing it. So I was really stunned to see sort of that growth continue. You can see it's plateauing a little bit. Definitely the curve is slowing down. But to see the continued growth and spike is nice. I came about here, so you can see whether I'm doing well or not on that 1 month. So jury's still out, I think. It's hard to say. This is a snapshot that we look at during the month or so. This is a 1 month snapshot showing on Facebook the bottom across the bottom of the days of the month of September, and then these are the number of comments on each post. So the bigger the bill means more comments. So right at the top there would be 500 comments or 900 comments on that post. You can see every day there's sort of a bubbling up of comments on that. Watch that to get a sense. Are we engaging people day in, day out? Are we just spiking with them? Are we just doing it Monday mornings? Are we doing it round the week or so? What kind of engagement are happening? And if something is surprising us, why did this bubble but not this bubble? We can go look at the post and see, was the wording of it? Was it the engagement? What happened? You know, there are many ways to measure engagement. Comments, engagement. And this is one way, but I think what's important is that what you do with it. You turn that into storytelling, you turn them into reporting, you engage your audience. You know, that's sort of our aha moments in our newsroom. We say, well, so what? So what that we got a lot of engagement? What can we do with it? How can we advance the story? So that's part of our conversation we have every single day. Every single day we sit down and talk about how are we engaging and so what? What can we do in terms of our storytelling? So our storytelling, you know, we're a TV station. That's how people think of KGW. The broadcast, the big $20,000 cameras running around the street, the 25 different live truck vehicles we have that can broadcast from anywhere. But actually, our video storytelling, I see it on different platforms. We have YouTube, which is sort of like, you know, our grandfather's video platform, very old, been around forever, established. It's still an engine, still works very well. That's important for us. Obviously, Facebook is our new, we'd love to put video only there. Short, 20, 30-second clips there, telling the whole story. Teasing to a story going to be on later on our website, on our newscast as well. Having the whole conversation happen there. For other platforms, we're doing video nonstop on as well this year. Is Twitter on the left there. That's last week we were in the White House. Laura Porter was talking to Barack Obama for a little while, and we carried much of that on Twitter to kind of get the conversation going. Instagram every day. Our weather guide does only on Instagram, well, Instacast we call it, and then Vine as well. Trying to engage that. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Vine. I find it sort of odd to know when the loop starts and ends. It kind of goes and goes and goes. But I know it's popular. The challenge with these 6 platforms for us is how do you make money off of it? There are no ads served anywhere on these as well. You're watching. You're not consuming ads. You're not doing anything that's valuable to advertisers. That's our challenge. We are trying to figure that out. We have some ideas, ideas at a company-wide level and ideas at our level as well. I think you'll see some advances across the country in the next year or so as you see some changes in how content comes across on these platforms. You'll see some more things that you're not quite sure if they're ads or not. There'll be what's called native ads, ads that are kind of built in stream as well. So just looking ahead a little bit, I'm trying to think what matters, what's coming ahead for the next year or so that will matter both to our industry, social media and the news, and matter to you as consumers. First, I think like you'll see those Facebook videos, more things happening only on social media. There'll be nothing else to go to. There'll be no link to go see more, nothing else to kind of explore. Representing those local digerati who live only on social media, more content made just for those channels. And that'll be okay. There might be some ad served in there as well in a way that sort of you may not love, but there'll be more content happening that way. I think you're going to see Facebook and Twitter with some significant changes to affect that, to realize that more people see those as home pages, see those as places to start and come. They won't continue to look exactly as they're going to look. You're going to see more elements coming in at you, more things relating to other things you're doing online, especially regarding your shopping. If you're browsing them as well. You're going to see a lot more sort of news, us targeting news to where you are. Already on some of our products, we ask you where you are, and we target you different stories and ads based on that. You'll see a lot more of that. Much of that is very, very subtle. I mean, all of us have seen the ads when we go buy shoes on Zappos, and we see Zappo ads the rest of our life. Okay, that happens, but a lot of it is very subtle that you'll see. You'll see different content targeted to you, also targeted where you are, following you around a little bit more. Some of that happens now on your phone when you sort of access different apps and you allow that kind of stuff. You'll see a lot more of it subtly, finding you where you are, and you'll say, wow, that's pretty relevant. Oh, how did it know I was planning a ski trip? And it gave me a story about skiing and conditions. Interesting. Google, we talked a little bit about that, how Google is really the emergence of what's happening in terms of social content. They're using all their resources in search to get into your social world, and the best way they can do that is by getting everything they know about you and delivering content targeted to that. I think you'll see more integration of that as well. Mobile video, we talked about that, but you're going to see more ads showing up on video that look like they're made for a phone, not ads that are squeezed that look sort of behind the scenes. You'll see ads that sort of look only phone size and play out in a way that's engaging to watch. Actually, they will look better on a phone. You'll see a lot more of that as well. And then the trend that really kind of excites me is the unbundling that's happening. People who are cutting the cord, going just to Hulu only, or Netflix, or Amazon, or streaming, or other Chromecast, or any services, because they're already not tied to appointment TV, and that way they can consume our headlines when they want them, our demand. We just launched our Roku app in the Roku store, which goes live in the next few weeks or so. We just finished the testing and submitted it, and it looks terrific. And if you don't know what Roku is, it's a terrific way to consume content when you want it, and I think many TV users will head down that stream. And once you have it, you wonder why you watch TV the way you watch it, because otherwise you can just pick and choose when local shows, national shows, and how to do it. Totally different experience. I'm excited about the future, excited about moving ahead here. I think it's a great environment for news. We love mining it, love seeing what's ahead. Like I said, we've got 5 different apps now. We used to have, when I came here, we had 12. So I've done my part in tearing down 7 of the apps there, been the change agent for the apps here. I think we need to kind of get back to a focus of what matters to people, and let's give people news, web traffic, sports, high school sports as well, and build on that. There's a big explosion in the news industry of having apps for everything, and we want to kind of narrow down what matters for us. So I hope there'll be some questions later. It's great to be here and chat with all of you. Good morning.
Awesome.